All right, trader, you want to learn how to cut your charting and backtesting time in half? Well, let me go ahead and give you over 20 tips that's going to help you optimize your charting time. Well, let's go ahead and let this disclaimer roll through, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Welcome back to my channel, trader. My name is Coach Carver, and I drop daily content for traders just like yourself to be able to help them find their identity within the markets and being able to find some more consistency over the time. So let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. How can we go ahead and cut your charting time in half? Let me show you all my favorite TradingView tips that have allowed me to optimize my charting time and really just speed up the entire process, right? So let's not waste any more of your time. I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into this. I'm currently on the Australian dollar, United States dollar chart on the 1 hour time frame. You can see that by taking a look at the top left-hand side of your chart here on TradingView. You'll see the asset that you're on. You can either click on that and you can search for the symbol, or if you want a nice little shortcut, something I do to save time is I actually just start typing out the asset that I'm looking for while I've already clicked on this window or this tab. If you're already working in TradingView at any point in time, you could go in and type in anything. If I wanted to go to Bitcoin, I could type in, BTC, start putting this in, right? So this is a quick little tip that I use when it comes to saving time, bouncing back and forth between different charts, maybe something that I don't have on my watch list. Give you guys another little tip here. As you can see, I currently have this chart marked up. A quick little tip down on the bottom left-hand side, you see this eye here. You can actually click on this and this is gonna hide all of your drawing tools that you have, or you could come over here and extend this out and you have the ability to hide your indicators. If you have your broker connected with TradingView, you can hide your positions, your orders, or you can come here and just click hide all. If you want that to pop back on, just simply click on it again and it'll bring your drawings up. We'll leave it off here for a sec as we're just kind of diving through this, give you guys a few of these different little tips, right? So we were talking about how you can just start typing on the chart to change the actual asset that you're viewing. I want to show you another little tip that you can do when it comes to changing time. Instead of having to come up here and select on your different time intervals that you have, or going through and adding different times to your chart like I used to do, you can come through here, you can come in and just click add to favorites with that little star and it'll add it. But what's even faster than even messing with that top corner there is, let's say I wanted to go to the 5-minute chart. I would just type 5 on my number pad here and that's going to go to 5 minutes. Maybe if I wanted to 5 hours, I could hit 5H, right? But we'll go through here, 5 minutes, pop down, and it's automatically going to adjust to the 5-minute chart. Let's say, hey, never mind, I want to shoot over to the 15. I just type in a 15-minute chart. If I want to look at the 30, I type in 30, right? Now, if you want to go by hours, you would type 1H, or if you want day, 1D, right? And this is just a simple way to change between intervals here on your chart. Another way you could do this is by clicking comma and it'll pull up the change interval as well. I like to just type out the number, saves time. Allows me to be more efficient, right? As we were talking about adding times to the favorites, you can actually add drawing tools to the favorites as well. So let's say you have some common tools that you use. As you see, just like with the times, you have the ability to come in and add to favorites. And what that's going to do is give you this bar that you can drag around anywhere on your screen and use this as convenience when it comes to the basic tools that you're using, right? Another major tip, if you go ahead and you actually take a look at what my chart look like, you see how I have some of these different templates, right? I have the ability to come in and draw something, and let's say I am like, hey, you know what? I don't want this to just be a white rectangle. If I click up here on this little 3 boxes with a plus mark, it shows me my templates that I've already created. So I could come in and say, hey, you know what? This is actually an imbalance that needs to be filled. And you can do this by simply drawing something on the chart. So if you take something that you're going to typically use and you just double click it, it allows you to text. So maybe you're saying, hey, I want to label this as a fair value gap and I want to change, the style to whatever, yellow. You can come in, you can change whatever you would like, the style, the color, the text, where you want it to, be. If you want the text to be on the inside, or if you want it on top, or if you want it bottom. However you want, you can go through on the bottom left side, you see template, you go ahead and click this and you just simply put save as, and then I can put FVG for fair value gap. I'm going to click save. Now what happens anytime I were to draw a rectangle on the chart, I just come to my templates here and I say, hey, that's a fair value gap. Allows you to save time, very quick and efficient. You can do this with any of these, with a trendline tool. If you want to come in and you want to create a template, I use this all the time for indicating whether there's liquidity above or below, going through and establishing break of structure, right? You have the ability to come in and you can save yourself a tremendous amount of time by having these templates loaded up. When it comes to scaling in and scaling out, if you're on the computer, you can just simply zoom in, zoom out with your mouse pad here. Or one of the things you can do is you can grab the scale, just click and drag, and you can move this up, move this down. And then one of the things is if it gets all out of whack like this, you can actually come in and double click the scale and it'll set it back to normal. And one thing that I've also implied as well when it comes to the scale, I'll show you while we're already here real quick. Let's say it's one of those times where you're like, man, I don't know if this is really gonna buy off or sell off, and you just wanna simply look at it from a different perspective. You can actually right click this here and go ahead and do invert scale, or you can click Option I, or if you're on a Windows, you would do Alt I, and it will actually flip your chart upside down. And sometimes I know some people that are, only good at looking at buy positions or only good at looking for short positions. One of the things they'll do is come in and actually invert the scale and get a different perspective and be like, oh, you know what? That's actually, that's not going to be what I was thinking. But just also remember to invert your scale. You don't want to be placing sells or when you're looking at placing buys, or placing buys when you're looking for placing sells. You got to make sure you invert your scale back over. That is one of the problem childs of using that. Now, when it comes to saving some more time, one of the things I like to do is be able to have the ability to set alerts. And there's multiple ways you can do this. You can either come up to the top and click alert, or as you see here, it popped up a nice little shortcut. You can click Alt A, or you can click Option A, and that's just gonna pop an alert up. Another way you can do this is as you're scrolling through the chart, maybe you're saying, hey, I want an alert if price crosses right here at 0.64140. I click that and it says add an alert. Now it's going to add an alert for when price is crossing this point, right? So one of the things I like to do is save time knowing when price is moving in my direction or getting closer towards my point of interest. I don't have to sit here and babysit the chart and consistently pull up my phone and say, hey, has AU got closer to my order block, right? I'm able to know when price is moving down. If you want to go ahead and delete that, you can just simply right click, remove, and it'll remove that alert for me. Take a look at a simple way to add an indicator to the chart. Simply press the / button. That's going to pull it up. Let's say maybe you're like, hey, I want to put a RSI and stochastic on here. Boom. Another little quick tip that you can do is when you have split screens like this, once you add lower third indicators on here, let's say you want to just only see the indicator, simply double click in that screen and you're only going to see the indicator. Same with the other effect, just double click back out. Let's say I have this indicator here and I'm like, you know what, I don't want this in my way. I can simply double click my screen and now that's popped out of the way and I'm simply seeing my chart. Another quick tip for you, instead of coming over here and having to grab your measuring tool every time, simply hold shift and click and drag, and this is gonna give you your measuring tool. You can see, okay, right now price is currently 88 pips until we get to this order block here. Just a simple way to go ahead and do that. You can just click, drag, and then you just click off, and then you can go back to normal, whatever you're doing. Just another way, just very quick, easy, having your hands there on the keyboard. You're already right there. Instead of having to, oh man, where was that measuring tool again? Or where was this? Where was that? Just being able to, become a little bit more efficient as a trader. As you spend more time back testing, as you spend more time in the charts, this is all stuff that you're gonna get very familiar with. All right, for these next series of shortcuts, if you are on a Windows PC, you're gonna be holding Alt. If you're on a MacBook, you're gonna be holding Option. So just going through some of these shortcuts here, one of my favorite ones is by clicking Option G, or for those of you on Windows, it's gonna be Alt G, and this allows you to go back in time. You can come back here and say, hey, you know what, I wanna go to the second at maybe 8:45 a.m. You do that and it'll come back to this point in time and show you where it was. You could drop down to a 5-minute chart, bring it down, right? Let's say I want to see 5-minute. Option G, come in here, identify that point in time, allows me to bring me right back to that. If you're tracking your trades and you're writing down in your trading journal what time you took a trade or what time this or that, or maybe there's some event you want to go back and look at and see how it impacted, you can just simply use that little shortcut Option G to get you right back in time. Going into another one, let's say you guys were to make a mistake. Maybe I were to draw a tool on here and I'm like, you know what, I actually don't want that there. You can just do Command Z or Control Z, depending on if you're on a Windows computer, and it'll just simply remove it off the chart or undo your mistake. If I accidentally move this over here and I'm like, you know what, I want to snap that back, hit Command Z, it goes back, no problem. A cool little trick, if you want to drop a horizontal line on the chart, you just do Option H and it's going to drop a line for you wherever you want it. You know, if you're somebody that comes in and draws a bunch of support and resistance levels, or you just want a line, wherever your crosshairs are at, it's going to drop a line for you, right? Now let's say I want to remove those. Again, Command Z, pull them right back off the chart. Another cool one is a trend line, Option T. If you go ahead and click that, it'll actually select it for you, and then once you click, you can go ahead and draw it out where you want it, and then you just simply click again and pull it off. You can delete it, you can do whatever, or you can come up and use your templates and say, hey, you know, you got some liquidity resting above here, right? Or you can draw out your trends. Just another easy way to just speed things up. You don't have to go looking for it. You just simply remember these keyboard shortcuts, or you go through and you know, you write them down. I'll get them listed here in the description. Go through and do this, right? This is going to be crucial in being able to help you speed up and become a lot more efficient when it comes to charting and backtesting. If you're somebody that prefers more of a horizontal ray, you just do Option J and it'll drop it right wherever your crosshairs are. Come in, remove them right back off the chart. Want to pull up your Fibonacci or retracement tool very quickly, just Option F. It's going to select it for you, and then you could go through and you can draw your fibs however you'd like. And same thing with the trend tool, you just drop it and it'll place it for you. If you're somebody that likes to drop a vertical line, it's going to be Option V. It'll drop vertical lines wherever you want them on the chart. If you want to go back and drop a spot in time, you'll be able to do so. If you want to end up locking your drawing tools, maybe you're zooming in and you don't want to move things like how I'd move this. If you click this little lock button, you'll make it to where you can't move or mess up your charts. I know sometimes when I'm zooming in on smaller areas, or I'm on my phone and I'm trying to like zoom in, I'm always accidentally moving stuff, and it's something that's just completely annoying. So you can come in and you can actually lock your tools on the chart to where you can't remove them, you can't do anything, you can't adjust them. You're not going to be able to come in and mess it up, right? You have the ability to just simply lock it, and you can come over here and unlock it at any point in time. And then if you want to stay in drawing mode, you can actually do that. So like, let's say I just want to just keep putting arrows on the chart for some reason, you know, you can just stay in drawing mode, and every time you click, it's going to drop a new arrow. So pretty cool to be able to go through and do that. You can stay in drawing mode, and then once you click off of drawing mode, it'll just draw one last arrow. You can go and remove them again, Command Z. All right, now hopefully you're able to get a good bit of value out of that. Go ahead and implement some of these tools and tips and tricks and see how it optimizes your trading time and your trading strategy. Go ahead and let me know below if this was able to help you out. And as always, if you want more free trading content like this, I do drop daily videos. So go ahead, tap in, hit that subscribe button, and give this channel a like. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in this next video.